Hey guys, Spray and Pray here, and welcome to Europa Universalis 4 with the Mare Nostrum expansion. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at all the new features that are going to be in my upcoming Let's Play as the Emerald Isle, Ireland, and I'm just making this video first as kind of the first part of my Let's Play because I want to explain all the features here so you don't have to ask me a million times in different videos. I can just point to here and you can see all the new awesome features that are in the Mare Nostrum expansion without having to, wade through all of the stuff. Anyways, there's 10 big things because there was 10 developer diaries. The first one is obviously the map changes. So the reason why we're going to be playing Ireland is because there's so many different new provinces over here now, so they've made it a lot more interesting and I believe more economically rich too, because there's just more provinces in general to own. They might have split up the development, but I don't think so. I think it's actually better to be Ireland now than it used to be, which is good. And they also added, speaking of the islands over here, Inverness is a new province they added over there in Scotland, and then down here in the London area they added some new stuff. And they also added, they split up Poitou, which was, these two were just one before, I believe, and they changed up a little bit of the borders, and here and there are changes all over Europe in the map. And then obviously down here they added all these African nations and made, countries on Madagascar, so that's no longer just, random uncolonized land. And they put these little guys over here around Lake Victoria, which is cool, and they are the new Central African Tech Group. Not to be confused with the East African Tech Group, which these guys over here. That'll be an interesting dichotomy. Now, the Central Africans, I think, are better? No, they're actually slightly worse. Central Africa is slightly worse than East Africa, which is actually kind of nice that these are East African now, because they used to be Indian, which sort of didn't make sense and was kind of annoying. But so the Africans over here are going to have slightly more difficult time than usual. Pretty much most of the map kind of stay the same over here. I think the next big place that they added stuff was... crap, I can't remember. Oh, and Hungary, that's it. Yep, they added some more stuff over here, so Hungary should be more economically rich, hopefully, and do a little bit better, because they kind of get shit on a lot. Anyways, so they also added a bunch of cool straits around here. So you can't see it on the map, but I believe you should be able to cross now from Kent to Calais, or to Calais, however you pronounce it. Don't kill me, I'm sorry. I pronounced your province wrong that you live in. There's also one here from Gibraltar to Ceuta. It changes the name when it's, Sunni, but you can walk across here now, and, they have the ones, obviously, that are, Ottomans and stuff. I'm 99% certain there's one here. It might not show up on the loading screen, or, this country selection. We'll obviously figure that out when we start playing as Ireland, because it's kind of, a big deal, since we're going to hopefully control the entire Iceland over there. Islands. Anyways, the next thing is there's some naval reforms. Those are kind of boring. There's a new mechanic called Sailors, which is similar to Manpower, I believe. There's some espionage reworks, which are basically that you can do more spy things, which is cool, and they were kind of underused in any event that ever gave you the choice of losing spy defense. You always took, but so maybe you might not want to do that now. Obviously, Africa got reworked. There's a bunch of new ideas as well as the new nations down here, which is super cool. Ooh, that's nice. They get some corn cost reduction. Super nice. Definitely good to have. Cuba and Luba over here, they were making a joke about that in one of the videos that they were doing. There are now territories, states, and corruptions, which I think are a good thing. I mean, I was talking with T-Dog and he was like, oh, it's going to make expanding harder, but I think it's going to make it easier, because with the territories, you only have to pay half the coin cost. You don't get as much benefits, and they're going to be distant overseas or whatever, but, it's still cheaper. And honestly, once you have, your entire territory to yourself, you really don't need any more. You're kind of badass, and anything else is just extra for no reason. So I think territories and states and corruption, those are all going to be working really together. Corruption is like this thing that you have to kind of mitigate, and you have to pay a lot of money to keep it down, so you could let it go up, but I will provide a link in the description to these developer diaries so you can go and look at them. This is just kind of a brief overview for you guys to watch just before you guys go. If you want to learn anything in depth, like I said, go check out the link in the description. It'll link you to the Wikipedia page that has all the developer diaries right after the other, so you can read exactly what you want. There's going to be trade leagues now. Trade leagues are like, I think they showed an example as Lubeck or something. And as Lubeck, you can be the trade leader of the trade league, and you can have all these other one province miners be in the trade league with you. You don't have to be a one province miner if you're the leader, but all of the member states have to be one province miners. So you can be kind of big, but I think they'll hate you the bigger you get. So eventually, you know, you're going to be too big to maintain good relations with all of your trade league members. So that would be a cool game if you're going to try to play tall, like, you know, develop your countries and not go super expansive massively. That would probably help and be a good idea to, you know, be a part of a leader actually of a trade league. Anyways, there was also some naval missions now that you can do, kind of like I said, just wrapped into the sort of the boring trades. I'm not going to spend too much time. If you want to learn more about those, you know, check out the description below. There, you can now also rent out armies to other nations, which is pretty dope. You have an unconditional surrender option as the player. I don't know if the AI is going to do this. I don't know if they said or not, but basically it's just a button you can hit to give your enemy 100% war score, so you can just be done with the war. So they can just piece you out and you can get it over with. This would be a good thing to do if you're in a situation where you know you're going to lose for sure and you just want to get out of the war instead of avoiding, like, and avoid a huge and costly, it's going to take forever for me to siege everything and I'm just going to be wasting my money getting loans while I'm getting sieged and war exhaustion at the ass and have 100 revolts. You can just give up right away and be done. Unconditional surrender will get you out of some super stupid war that you know you're going to lose. And the last thing that they did is they obviously added some more achievements, and what's interesting is they actually did some stuff with the timeline, so you can now play past 1821, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's Iron Man compatible, but it's still pretty cool that they let you play a little longer. Obviously the game, it doesn't really go too well because there's no text or anything after that, but it is really cool, and it's something that I think people really wanted because there's so many mods that just do that already. So clearly integrating that into the base game was a good idea. Thank you, Paradox. And so without any further ado, that's going to be the end of the video, and I hope to see you in my Ireland playthrough where we will actually be able to use some of these features. It's going to be freaking awesome. See you guys there. Spray and pray out.